Hi. Thought I'd film something a little bit different today. This is, I'm filming this on my work device, so it's a bit weird, trying to get used to it. Everything's big and zoomed in, more than normal. I ordered a CD. Would have been about 3 weeks ago. Actually, my wife started a new job. She got a promotion. And when my wife's from another country, and when in their culture, when they start a new job, it's kind of a tradition to buy your friends and family a gift or take them out to dinner or something. Anyway, she said, "What do you want?" And I said, "Nothing, I don't want anything." And she said, she knows I like CDs, and she goes, "Well, what about a CD?" She says, "You choose a CD and I'll pay for it." So I did, and I was, because this is a new CD. This is not secondhand. First of all, I tried to find something online in New Zealand that I wanted, because then I would save on shipping costs. But as I've complained about so many times before, there really isn't much. Like all the big stores I looked at, their online things, and there was bugger all. And then the things that I thought maybe I would want, they would bring it in from overseas anyway, so I'd be just going through them. Anyway, I was tossing up between about 3 or 4 different artists' albums that I wanted, and I decided to go with this. This one here is probably the one that would be hardest to find in the future, because it's a very small-time artist, indie. As an indie, I mean independent, not as an indie style music. I mean, on an independent label, and I'd say it would be a very limited run of CDs he printed, and I'd say once they're gone, they'd be very hard to find in the future. Not because they become like collector's items or anything like that. It's just that, if someone's only making a couple of hundred of something, and they get sold out, it's going to be hard to find them even secondhand, isn't it? No one's going to really want to sell it. If they are going to sell it, it might be more expensive than it needs to be. Anyway, so I ordered this. This came in from the US. It took about 3 weeks to get here, which is about normal. Shipping in from the US at this time, post-COVID, takes about 3 weeks to a month. It was probably a bit shorter pre-COVID. It was probably closer to 2 weeks. You can get expedited shipping, but it's very, very, very expensive. Even the shipping for this was very expensive. But we'll talk about that in a second. So this just came. I just heard as I was sitting in bed reading, I heard the postal van pull up and my postbox metal close. So I go, "Oh, that must be it." I've been expecting it for a few days. And what is it? It is this. I can't really show it properly because it's so bloody zoomed in. The artist is called Faex Optim. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Faex Optim, and the album is called Let's Pretend. This was released in 2020, I believe. Yes, 2020. It says down there. 15 tracks. And this is put out by Carpe. Okay, it's really hard to get used to filming on this. Carpe Sonum Novum. Oh, limited to 200 copies. Wow, I feel quite, what's the word? What's the word when you feel you're special? I feel happy that I got one of those. That's what I was saying, that the chances are that people watching this have never heard of this guy, and I hadn't heard of him until I think about 2 years ago. I found him on Spotify. It was just a recommended thing. One of the things about Spotify that I really like is that it makes playlists. So you'll choose the artist you like, and you'll listen to the artist you like, and I guess the algorithm there puts together kind of daily playlists and of similar music to the music you've been listening to, and it's a really good way of finding new artists. I found so many artists that way, Because otherwise you're just kind of randomly trying to find things. That can be really hit or miss. And the other way, I guess, you could like look at other people's recommendations, but that can be hit and miss as well. So I'm pretty sure this guy just came up on shuffle on one of my playlists, and I liked it, and I listened to more and more of it. And so what kind of music? Man, I really don't like filming on this thing. I don't know why it's so is the camera on this side or something? Is it? No, it's not. Okay, anyway. What is that? The music I'd describe as electronica, and there's not really no way of getting around it. It sounds a lot like Boards of Canada. And a lot of electronica acts sound like Boards of Canada, because Boards of Canada are, I think, pretty influential. A lot of people love Boards of Canada. And so people take a lot of influence from them and inspiration. But there's a fine line when you're taking inspiration from an other artist, especially one as great and dare I say, original as Boards of Canada. You want to capture that same maybe feeling or sonic world, but you can't just be ripping them off directly, because that's not good. I don't know. Well, I can't really explain what I'm trying to say here. Is that you don't want to tread too closely to their sound, but at the same time you want to kind of evoke that same feeling. And so, yeah. Anyway, I feel that this music here, Faex Optim, this guy, he produces music, at least on this album. I won't say his other stuff is actually a little bit different. His earlier stuff's a little bit different. Similar but different. Of all the artists that take inspiration from Boards of Canada, I think he does it best and produces music that gives me a very similar feeling, but different enough that it's its own thing. And the thing is, Boards of Canada aren't making any new music at the moment. Their last release was 2013, so it's 10 years. It's over 10 years now since Tomorrow's Harvest, which seems so crazy. Just seems like yesterday, the first time I heard that. But it isn't. It's 10 years. And so I don't know. Maybe I'm going too far and talking about Boards of Canada when it's not a Boards of Canada video. So I'll leave it there and maybe come back to it. So we'll have a look at the packing slip. Hopefully my address is not on here. Oh, it is. So I better cover that up. So I'm not. So this is US. This is all US dollars. So $15 US plus $12.50 shipping US, and then $4.13 New Zealand tax. That's GST, goods and services tax. So it came out to about 52 US. I saw my credit card. So like I've said before, that the price of shipping is usually about equal to the price of the item you're buying, which is true here. The CD was 15, the shipping was $12.50, so a little bit cheaper, but you're almost paying the price again for shipping. And actually $12.50 for shipping is actually not that bad. Again, this is all New Zealand, not New Zealand, this is all US dollars. So I'll do the calculations. Seeing as I'm not using my phone for recording as I usually am, I can actually do the fold this back over, so I'm not trying to hide my... Well, there we go. I ordered it on the 14th of August. So today in New Zealand is the 30th of August. So it took, actually 2 weeks. Just over 2 weeks. Is that right? Yeah, okay. So it's about, 16 days. 7 to 16 days. So it's actually less than 3 weeks. So it's actually not bad then. What was it on? So I'm trying to open here the the currency exchange app that I have on my phone, XE, and I can put in how much it cost me in New Zealand dollars. So the subtotal was 31, so 31 US dollars and 63 cents cost me $53 New Zealand, which $50 for a CD is a lot. Okay, if I saw I've talked about this before, most of the CDs I buy are secondhand with things around $1, 50 cents, $2. Sometimes I'll buy something a little bit more, up about $10, $15. Very rarely for something brand new, I'll go up to 20, 25, 30. And that was basically the price of what this was. But because I'm having to ship it, I have to basically say it's a $50 CD. But as I just said, you would never, ever, 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 ever in a million years find this in New Zealand from a distributor or in a store or any other way. So you have to have it shipped from either Europe or America. So it's just a reality of the situation. So $50 I'm paying in my money, which is $30 in American money. And in British pounds, I can tell you that is 25 pounds, 29 euros, 116 Emirati dinars. So yeah, is there anything else on here? So I'm just gonna check. You know, it's always nice when you order something from overseas, especially that's some kind of a niche product, when you get like a little note. I remember I ordered a book from a secondhand seller in America, and he sent it. It was a really good bargain. The book that I found was you know, everywhere else I've been looking had been like close to $100, but I found it, and he sent a nice little note. It's always nice getting kind of that personal touch from sellers, but obviously this is just a music distributor, and he's, or whoever they are, is not got the time to be doing that kind of thing, or the inclination, I imagine. I'm not really showing much on the camera because this thing. So I've listened to this a lot. I've listened to this music a lot. I'd say that this was one of the things I listened to most in the year 2022. And I always feel that if I listen to something that much and I love something that much, that I want to buy the physical media of that. Even more so for smaller artists. So for example, this year, I talked about Foo Fighters a lot in quite a few videos, haven't I? Foo Fighters released that new album of theirs, Here We Are, and I actually really enjoyed Here We Are. There's a few songs in particular that I really like on that album, especially the song The Teacher. I'd say that would be up there as one of my most listened to songs of this year. If you went through my Spotify end of year list, I'm sure that's going to be in the top 5. But I was gonna buy that, and actually you see that in some shops around here. I've seen that for around 25 New Zealand dollars. Very close to buying, but then I thought, I don't know, I'd rather use that money for someone like this or a smaller artist, where I have so many Foo Fighters albums because they're quite easy to find secondhand eventually, and I'm sure in a couple of years I'll come across a secondhand copy of Be Here Now. Here We Are. Be Here Now. And so that's kind of my feeling. Whereas this guy here, here we go, produced and arranged and composed by Wesley McDonald, that's his name, between August 2019 and March 2020. Mastered by Jonas Monk, and it's for Aaron. I think Aaron is his kid. And there's the CD itself. Nice kind of aquamarine effect. Is there anything? No, there's nothing back there. Pretty simple, isn't it? There's not much in the way of liner notes. And then the track listing, like I said, we've got 15 songs here. Now, I recommend, if you're interested in electronic music of the introspective variety, in the vein of Boards of Canada, I do recommend this. I like it a lot. I particularly recommend track 2 through 7. That's a really brilliant run of songs there. The Alchemist, Radio Gate, Meridians. I love Meridians. Wonderland, New Haven. I love New Haven. Muted, Post-Torn, Sister. Gives a good overview of the music. And I think if you picked any of those songs and listened to them on Spotify, you would get a feeling of the kind of music it is. It might not be for you. I'd say it's probably not, a lot of people, it's not their cup of tea. But yeah, if you do like that kind of music, then I recommend you listen to it. So yeah, there's not much else to this, really. Just a kind of an exciting event for me to receive a CD in the mail. It's something I don't get often, kind of like a once or twice a year thing that I'm ordering from overseas. Because it is so expensive, $50 in my money, and that's 50 secondhand CDs versus one new CD. But it is, I think it's a special thing, limited to 200. It's a very, very indie artist, a very independent artist. Again, not meaning indie as a thing. And I'm just going to look on Spotify to see how many plays he gets per month, because it's not a lot. 494 monthly listens this guy's getting. His most listened to song, Saltaire Court Inaccuracy, has 13,663 streams. So yeah, really not a listened, what do you want to call it? A big artist. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 albums. This is his 4th album. He actually just released something recently on Bandcamp, and also a vinyl, physical, but I don't collect vinyl, so I didn't, and also got kind of EPs or single releases, things with kind of extra songs on them, it looks like. But anyway, yeah, so that's it. Kind of a strange video, especially filming with this bloody thing. It's very awkward, isn't it? Everything feels super zoomed in. It would be better if I was holding like this, but then I don't have a kind of a tripod for this device, so yeah. Anyway, we'll leave it there. That is Mangere is where the airport is in Auckland. First global consolidation. I guess that's a, what do you call it? Freight. What do you call when you, I don't know. Anyway, a freight company that delivers it. Anyway, okay. Thanks for watching.